Hello there. With the state of our economy today, it is my prayer that you are managing. My name is Houstin S. Gblah, and I would like to welcome you to today's edition of the program The New Beginning, live here on Gblah TV. The New Beginning is a program that wishes to instill in us Liberians a new sense of national pride and patriotism. The New Beginning is a program that believes that if Liberia should take another level, if Liberia should turn to the Liberia we all envisage as people, that great nation, it has to be all of us collective effort by supporting one another. With me today is one of Liberia's finest. He's a rapper, a motivational speaker, an actor, not just a rapper, but a legendary one from the old. But stay with me. When we come back for a little short break, I promise you today's conversation is going to be something very enlightening and insightful. Welcome back. Again, you are watching A New Beginning live here on Gblah TV, and we are located at the intersection of Lynch and Kere Street. With me today, as I said, is one of Liberia's funniest songs. He's no other but Mr. Adonis Debio Miantona, a boy from Lima County. My brother.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
I love the way you say it. I'm so proud of my heritage, so yeah. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, my brother.
Thank you.
Again, this is A New Beginning. This is Gblah TV. This is your home.
It is. This is my second time, but it feels like forever because I think there's a safe space that we can, share our ideas, our vision, and even contribute to what this new dispensation we have in Liberia stands for, what it represents. Yes, coming from the old back in the days, but you can't build a new city without having a roadmap.
Mm.
You need something to guide you in the process. So I am blessed to have you as my brother and invited me here again. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, my brother. And sincerely, I'm privileged to be in the same set with you, sitting next to you. I feel blessed. And I would love to say a very big thank you to the management of Gblah TV for affording me this opportunity to be able to sit with great people like you. I'm honored.
I'm humble.
So, my brother, I was a bit brief in the intro about you, but you are such a magnificent figure. You kind of so large. I'm not able to fully do that kind of introduction. Yeah, no, trust me.
Oh,
If Liberia was countries from the West, this place would be packed, people coming for autograph and all of that. I'm not saying that to flatter you in any
I
way.
know.
This is where you belong. You are a legend. So I will afford you the opportunity. Our young people, when you started blessing Liberia with your voice, from advocacy to the rap and to the TV screen, we were not exposed to internet like this. So many of us were not able to see you. My brother, can you tell our people who Mr. Miantona is?
Well, I feel so overly lavish, although not from the perspective or it being flattery, but to have a honest mind, share what you feel is a blessing for me. And it's not that some of us don't know what we deserve, but we are privileged to have what we have as Liberia, not as a bad word. But it is a beautiful country, and I love where I'm from. If 10 times God will ask me where to choose to come from, I'm proud to be a Liberian, in spite of the despite. And I say this to say because that alone reflects in all of us. Like you already said, we were from different countries, this will be before, but we're from Liberia. So the narrative is constant. Adonis Miantona Jr. is a multifaceted personality that I'm an actor, a writer, a motivational speaker, or if you say advocate, and I say rapper, writer, actor. The list go on. I did someone post on Facebook a few days. They see more because there's still too much we can do. But again, I hail from Nima County. Graduated from high school 2005.
Wow.
Yeah, and right away I went into acting, and through the course of time, the reality is that I got to discover myself through the process of time. Yeah, as a child coming out, I wanted to play in the NBA. My whole passion, but we saw that Liberia, we were still here, we were not cool with crossing the ocean, so I had to give up that dream. Until I met my guys, my friends. But I started doing music before I met my crew.
Okay.
You know, so I started with this guy, one of my friends, they call him Shindy, Frederick Douglas Mensa, I think. Yeah, then he was the city mayor doing Chats at the time, son. Okay. So we started practicing together. He was already made. He's one of the brilliant rappers I've ever heard.
Wow.
Of course. Even up to present. I know what we hear around here. No disrespect to some of the gurus, Bucky Roy and all these guys, but Shandy the Don, I used to call him, he was magnificent. So I have had a beginning in music from the Milker's perspective, from church singing. So when I came to town, I had this zest in me, and that's one thing about me. Anything I find to do, I don't want to do it because it can be done. I want to do it with a difference. I want to do it with exception. So when we started writing songs, I would look at what they're writing. I said, but this guy has said this. Why can't I go this way? Why can't I say this? And eventually, I saw myself gravitating to that space that when people and myself share, it will always be outstanding. So when I met my guys, that's how we started the new Sea Breeze in SB. Yeah, and that was then 2006, 2007. Yeah, that's where we came from. Yeah, but it's a long stretch. Yeah, I know we can't get into it all. But Adonis is a Liberian, a humble son of Liberia, and passionate, very, very passionate to do more for my country.
Okay. Thank you,
I don't know if I satisfied the introduction because I know I skipped some part.
Yeah, you did. Liberians will follow. You actually did, and I know you are a massive person. Yeah, I know that for real. And giving compliment to another person and telling him the kind of level you hold him it tells me like we have got talent, not just talent. All we have to do is to uncover them and give them the space that they can be able to express themselves. And we are going to be at that point where we can compete with other nations around the world. But I would like to look at your genesis, 2028, when we first heard you, Liberia. Then I was still in high school going person. Yeah.
Yeah, not old man.
Yeah. You know, I have a friend. He's kind of young, but he has achieved so much in his little age to the point whenever he's speaking, he looks so old. Yeah, because he started doing it early. So it's in a space with you. 2008, we first heard you. I was in high school, and then this song was banking all around the country with the new Sea Breeze, with the oil fruits, Richmond, relax, and all of that. And every corner you pass, you hear this song. I ain't got no gold, no silver. It was a ringtone. It was a ringtone. I would like to know, how does it talent style?
You really taking me back to those days in an amazing way. There was this day before I even talked about how I started when the song hit. There's this day we're sitting in our own Tuporo and somebody ran to us to say, we made your songs playing on all the radio station.
Wow.
And the guy would skip, he would skip, and all the radio stations.
You mean from one to another?
From one to another was banging the same song at the same time.
Trust me, it was a national anthem.
I know, but you see, Liberia, we started from opening. Liberia is a country that we don't delegate what is deserving to someone if you are in that space or if you are that person. So the best thing we got then was, "Oh, I did well, thank you, you did well." But anyways, just for the practical joke that we have, NSB, we all came from Ganta. We were in elementary, junior high school together, but in separate different schools. So Mr. Relax and Fruits, not Mr. Relax, Richelieu Stewart, who is Richmond, and Sonny Bottenell Torcott. They all both were in St. Lawrence. I was in Ganta Methodist, and we all had this milk roasting going on in the town.
Wait. I met Fruits in Bangor.
Yeah.
Around 2015. Yes, around the place. So we know each other like that. Not deep, but I thought he was spelling.
Yeah, he is spelling. But he had the earliest part of his life from Nima County.
Okay.
Yeah, so we all grew up in Ganta. He used to be one of the biggest DJ in Ganta then.
Wow.
So he and Richelieu were in another milk chorus. I forget the name. Some of these guys who gravitated to like rock music or gospel or women Barclay, they all were in the same milk chorus by then. And I was in from the Baptist perspective, I was in my own group there, milk chorus too, and I called ETSI, End Time Singer, something like that. Yeah. And I used to sing out to my voice. So
you telling me?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
So when we left from there, we came to town, we got reunited on the Tupo Road. By then, it was Richelieu and I first who started together. We did a single that time with Simple Records. Yeah, we did a single on our first stuff that came out right after Hipco Volume 1.
Yeah.
But Simple Record wasn't too like competing with, Hipco Volume 1 group. So there were a few songs stood off from that, from that mixtape. Yeah. One of my Nazi, not this sport. They all on that same mixtape that we came out on.
Okay. We kill a Lude.
We kill a Lude, even Takusa on a mixtape. But what happened was the song sounded too not Liberian.
Oh,
yeah, because Richelieu, he's the slick singer, though he doing the colloquial singing, I'm doing my natural tone in my hip hop, which is my passion. I don't really like people to think that hip hop is from there.
Mm-hmm.
Hip hop is an African culture, and black people came from here to go there.
Yeah.
So I can challenge anybody on it. Hip hop is from here. Yeah. So the song did not really resonate too well with Liberians. So the next thing we did, Fruits too was not too distant from us. So when I think we got two past to have we gathered together, he invited Fruits and we got the other guy, Mr. Relax. So we said, because we knew what we had, as a group, we knew we were, even from the beginning stage, from our Milkora days, we were outstanding in what we wanted to achieve with music. So we decided to take on something that will challenge what we had to continue in music. So that day we wanted to be, we said, but if we're going to do this thing, how will we call ourselves? Flip on names, and we came across, we were sitting on the beach that day. Said, but what we can call ourselves, the New Sea Breeze.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's how we printed the New Sea Breeze. And we went to studio. In fact, we did 7 songs on the album that my time wasn't part of the songs we thought was going to hit. Yeah, we had another song there that I don't even remember the song again. But when we were in studio there, Simple Records, Life Your Warranty, there, this kind of family team, they put their hands around us, to be frank. I really got to appreciate these guys, especially from the bedrock of Liberian music. They were people who, we weren't giving them anything, but they knew what they saw in us, and they were willing to support it. And that's how we even cut a deal that, okay, they would do the album and would, share the proceeds based on percentage.
I remember.
Yeah.
At the time, Black Haze was there with Simple as
Yeah. All these guys used to be in Clariton, and we crossed paths. All the guys did, how you call them, Maravia's Kata, all the beginning, Kilalu. Kilalu used to be one of my guys I respected. Even the other one I went to the States, no, the short guy, Swave. Yeah. So when we did the album, we were the first crew to first musical crew in Liberia to be recognized as a musical group and touring the whole city. When we did the album, we went from street to street, from community to community, through the cycle of this broad street we have that go around Red Light, going all the way Freeport, coming back to Central Monrovia. So when we did that, I think from the first week we started hitting the street. We met one or two journalists, that invited us to the studio. But from the first day, I think we were Trackmaster who hosted us. Yeah, it was Trackmaster. So when he started interviewing us, he said, "Me, you guys are great. You listen to the first song. No, there's no song can beat the other song now." Damatan was the third song. When he played Damatan, like the microphone was still open and he used a bad word, he was quick to take it from him and say, "Damn shit, this is too much." Yeah. And it was unique in its own way. Everybody coming in with their own style. The hip hop came first, the hip hop, then the crown jewel of the song, which was that colloquial singing on guy did, which was the master. I mean, he was the NSB. He was the brainchild of the crew. He was everything. That voice was. I can tell people that even a colloquial singing, no artists were doing it till he did it and inspired people like Quincy B. I'm proud to say that. Yeah, but Rich Lou Stewart was one of the greatest originators when it comes to voice quality. To even prove that when we did the Artists United Against Diseases, he was one of the head lead vocalists. Yeah, David Miller and other guys were complimented. Not to say anything negative, but I'm just trying to celebrate my guys who I know, have had that max in Liberia music. Though we don't have, by then we never have the kind of culture we have now with visibility. So up to now, we never did video for that song. But the song went far and wide across Liberia. The crew were recognized. But with Liberia, that's as far as we could go with them.
Yeah. And I must admit, because borders that with today's equipment we have, with today's visibility of the internet, some Liberian songs have not crossed.
I know, right?
And if nobody have ever been proud, I'm one person who's proud of you, because I truly know what you guys did from 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, 9, 10. The generation of Liberian artists from that time, you were exceptional. Yeah, you were exceptional. I'm an addicted follower of music.
Wow.
I truly know music. So when you listen to you guys back then, your rhyming, your style, your sound, it was unique in its own ways. And colloquial being what it is today, it is because of people like you.
Amen.
And I salute you guys for what you have done. Bro, you will forever live. Like Jesus said. Yeah, 400 million years back.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's massive. Thank you, man.
And what shocked me most about you was I tried to check. He's an actor, a motivational speaker, and all of this. How come the men are joining advocacy again? What did the boy want to do?
I know, right?
Yeah. The Artists United Against Diseases that you did alongside Dr. Joel and the health ministry.
Yeah.
What was that? What was it about? What's the inspiration beyond that?
Well, that, peace be to his ashes, Dr. Joel Jones. He was one person who, if we had him, people like you and a few others we know that we want to break the status quo to do something that nobody had done, he was one of them. And that inspiration came about when it did not even start from there. It started from Michael Jackson's death.
Oh.
Yeah. When Michael Jackson died, like the Joel Jones, who were closer to us then, he called all of us, I think we were about 30 to 35, 40 artists. Recognized artists in Liberia. I'm talking about the David Mel, I'm talking about the where that began, Casey, what?
Casey W?
No, not Casey W, or Kizzy,
KZ, the big me.
The big me, thank you.
Caesar Chocho,
Caesar Chocho, all those guys, the whole crew, the list is endless. LRB Kun that is in the diaspora today. All of them, 30 good hit artists, not just any artists. 3 T's and all were part of this number.
Yeah.
So when you call us together, you say, what can we do a program commemorating Michael Jackson's death? Almost emanating what we call We Are the World, that vision. So when he brought about the idea, it was splendid. And we came together, we started rehearsing, the rappers, the musicians, the singers, the rappers, we all would, do it together in unison like a choir. And yes, we were secular artists, but what made it all beautiful because we could break away in our different hit songs and perform and come together as a group again. Wow. And also perform. So when we did that, we had an actual program at City Hall, and we did that program celebrating Michael Jackson's homegoing, his resting, almost like a farewell event. So when that passed, we tried to stick together for 1-2 weeks, but then it was Dr. Jones, but then he was the controller for malaria control. He was the director for malaria control. So I said, but why can't you guys start something that we can use your platform to push some of the things we are projecting from the national standpoint? And we said that, we went into our meetings, we thought about it, and at the end of the day, he was also in that meeting. We came up with Artists United Against Diseases. Wow. Yeah. And from then, music took another facet in Liberia again. In fact, that after all of that time, the new things we started seeing with the beginning of the new breed, where you see Liberian artists going to the States, you see the guys got together, they did that program, that Gblah song. Yeah. It was based on the inspiration from where we started from down there, but by then we were not together again. But some of the artists from there were part of that. Yeah.
Truly legendary, man.
Of course. Come on. So when we did that, the health ministry, malaria control were all over the place. They share mosquito net will go, you'll find entertainers will go. So we were just all over the place, health ministry, Dr. Jones. And that same year, we even got an invitation to travel to the States. Wow. But it never happened because that invitation, typical Liberian may not mean an you, bro. Oh yeah, that would make that trip never work. Sadly, the person could only sponsor 15 persons from that program, from our Artists United Against Disease. So when the letter hit the ground, for members of the group to see that they were not on the list, my crew were on the list. Probably I can boast of that. NSB were on the list. 3 T's, all the groups were on the list. They were other guys. KZ was the brain behind that trip. Wow. Yeah. So when it came down to a place where everyone would see that, okay, yeah, the organization has an invitation, but not everyone was invited. Bro, hell broke loose. And that's how that whole thing came down to Chambers, bro. I said the investor were in the meeting with us, the health ministry, and the garden came in stormy with our typical Liberian attitude. Seriously? And I don't want to call the words behind, but when I say typical Liberian attitude, where the men say, I'm coming inside to scatter the place. That's what happened that day. And one of the beautiful achievements, I don't know what I would say achievement, but one of the beautiful experiences that we had as Artists United Against Diseases was to perform in the U.S. Embassy. Yeah. And I'm this robust person that if I'm in a space, I'm thinking about dominating, not in the wrong way. So we performed that day. They have this program they're hosting always in February, something they do they open the embassy to go and treat people, you do testing and do different things. So we performed We Are the World, we performed Heal the World. That was the 2-theme song for our NGO, Artists United. No matter after Michael Jackson death, we still perform We Are the World, we still perform Heal the World. Then the group added one song that we have from NSB. Yeah, one of our own songs we call Children Are Blessing. I think it's one of the audio like that. Yeah, nice song. So for the humanitarian perspective, we started using that song as one of the theme songs. So we are the Word, You the Word, and we do Children Are Blessing from the Father. Then before breaking up. So when we You the world, all of that was not as beautiful, but when we performed Children Are Blessings from the Father, the ambassador then, she cried. She was washing her, the tears rolling down from her eyes. And I don't know why she handpicked me to go ask me because my mouth shop. So she like, what's the name of your group? I said, the cause Actor United Against Diseases. We got a trip to America in the next 4 months. She said, really? You going to my country to do this? I said, yeah. She said, when you're ready for your visa, you'll come.
Wow.
Bro, we had our visa on the clean slate. What stopped us from going is the same thing we're discussing today. That why is it we from Liberia where in other countries would have been better? Our own people say, so not enough us, enough you. And the plan was these guys would go and spend 4 months in America, perform in 7 different states. Every performance would be 15,000 United States dollars.
Wow.
Yeah. But we're receiving the money when we come back. So people, you know, the thing is practical of like when you go, we run away. You mean you ask me and make walk away. You know? But we're coming back to get the money. This was so that would have been the pedestal for Liberian artists having that kind of smooth transition. But the people were giving us P3 visa.
Wow.
Which means we had the privileges that American artists would have to perform anywhere in America. The people started doing t-shirts for us with our name. The people started showing our music, our videos there.
Wow.
Everything was set. The only thing was just that one signature on that letter. And the guys told us that letter got missing. We know what the letter is.
Seriously?
I put everything, bro, I'm saying here to you. There are people to attest for what I'm saying. There are people in Liberia now I can cite as references will give you the same narrative I'm giving you. Peace be to God, Dr. Jones Arches. But he really did his best. But I think we started from that 2009, before the end of 2010, the vision was gone. Only because of that one reason. But to tell you how inflamed and passionate we were, it won us an invitation. But like Brandon said, you will know it. So yeah, that's how Artists United Against Diseases I went because it is what it is.
Again, you are watching A New Beginning, and I'm your host. I'm Houstin S, Gblah, and I'm here with Mr. Adonis debut, Miantona. He's an actor. He's a writer. He's a motivational speaker, an activist, and a legendary rapper. And we are going to go for a very short break. For some of you who are new to the musical scene, who really don't know his work he has done, we are going to start with one of those songs that were national item. The full corners of Liberia listened to that song. And they didn't just play. It was not one of the trending songs that you play when you're on the internet, you do TikTok, or even 3 more. No, that lie. Up to today, you play anywhere, it's a banker. Let's go, my brother. The Matanya.
I ain't got no gold, no silver, just a country boy trying to survive. You can love me or you hate me, this my game and I must pay it at my time. Because you know I must shine. Gold, no silver, just a country boy trying to survive. You can love me or you hate me, this my game and I must pay it at my time. Because you know I must shine.
I wanna hear and I can't recognize me that my time. And I'm whiskey no time, so you move from on my line, yeah. They call me fruit, sweating hard to make it good. What I hold is what I show, pray to God for it to do. And you left me with a sign, taking me to be your plan. We're bringing you around because yeah, I big time. Some of your more long when I pack the yama. I'm a corner, get what don't jealous, it can take me home. We scrap, now my time, let me live it fine. I was not born with silver spoon, but started the hustle soon. My head is now my auntie, my sister, not my mother, but your time, now your time. No one can stop the shine. And fresh, you were there, jumping on the red, yeah. Anytime we see you, that the time you can jump in here. Loving your friend in the God, saying you want to live everything I ask. No one know the next day. That make you here when they call God, you know that my boss. So don't play all your wish and think I will revolve. This time, my man, just be aware, got my time. This time, that my time, and I'm wasting no time.
No gold, no silver, just a country boy trying to survive. You can love me or you hate me, this my game and I must play it at my time. Because you know I must shine. Gold, no silver.
just want to copy, and I'm talking about.
Welcome back. Again, you are watching a new beginning live here on Gblah TV, and we are located at the intersection of Lynch and Kerry Street. If you want to do your advertisement, we are open. Just contact Gblah TV, or you go on my page, you see Gblah. You can contact me there, and we can run for you your advert. If you want to appear on our show, the invitation is also yours. Just hit Gblah on Facebook, and you can be a part of this place. What we try to do here is to support everything that is Liberia. Everything that is helping for Liberia to take that next step, for us to meet our vision 2030 as it was promised. So we even know whether our true thing or our political skin. We don't know. But we still believe that we can hit vision 2030 where we can be the Liberia we know. Where our children, our brothers, our sisters will not have to go through what Mr. Miantona have gone through with the incident of the embassy and other Liberians deny him access because it's not there. This place, we don't care. All we care about is for Liberia to get there. It really doesn't have to be me. No. America, what they say the Americans' dream is for everybody. And everybody has a responsibility to make America's dream come true. So it is the dream of the new beginning to make every Liberian dreams come true. Welcome back. I'm still here with Mr. Miantona. So, my brother, what's up with the group? You went quiet for some time. Was it that frustration or what?
I like that one. Nice joke. No, there are too many things that happened in 2010.
Okay.
Yeah. In fact, I said 2010. Yeah, 2010. 2010 or 2008. After we did something, my group, we got this part of the band. I think it was 2008, either 2008 or 2010. There was that same year we did Battle of the Band, and Battle of the Band was this. There was this man who came from London, Gary also. That was his name. He worked with Manchester United before. And Battle of the Band is a program that happens in different countries, and the intent is to take the best of the best. Yeah, and send that person to deal with. If it's a person or a group, once you go through the Battle of the Band, all the winners from different countries, they go to take part in the program in London called Sharefest. Yeah. So Liberia's brand of Battle of the Band was, it started when it came about. We got the info, we went for the audition, and we selected 50 artists went into the audition. 18 were selected, and we were part of the first 5. So when we went into Battle of the Band, we went with our all. It was how we even wrote that song, Children Are Blessing. So it was 2008, yeah. I wrote that song, Children Are Blessing. So when we went to the Battle of the Band, we went with our all, with our wits, and our, I don't know how to say like with your wits and wits and what. We went with our all, and by the end of the day, the same things of our narrative here happened again. Yeah, and it broke us down, but it did not take us from music. We went through the program. The program was held to City Hall, but who Liberia wanted to go and represent Liberia is the person that went. Yeah, I would just say that for the sake of the politics. Yeah, but the man in question was, he felt so bad. The guy also, man, because he was confused when we had a program. He came.
I love to hold you a little, because this program, what we want is change.
Yeah.
And most of the time, when things happen in Liberia, they can say, I can't leave it. Or what happened to be, say, better be me now. You can't just leave it. And when you look from, since our founding as a nation, we aren't going anywhere.
I know.
Because we live in things and we sweeping things on the door.
Right.
And it's not helping.
Yeah.
Do you still want to leave it, or you think we should throw a light that if new generation
I mean, there's something that is not it's not something to say you overly protect when you're alive or anything. It's not a secret to keep. But back then it was during the 2008. You know who was involved?
President Salim.
Yeah, and Something like that. Well, I just come from the state as her ambassador,
Okay.
musical ambassador.
Okay.
So when Shellfest, when Battle of the Band was going on, he was not even around.
I think it was somewhere around 2010. We were getting ready for the 2011 election, when she started using him to do all of those things.
Thank you. That's why I'm still battling with the actual time. So the program we had done the audition before he came. I think he took part during the first round. And because while I'm saying this, Gary also ended up to be our personal friend, my crew.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. In fact, he used to call us his big brother. He used to bring people from London to meet us. He said, these are the best guys in Liberia. They are coming to London. He used to make publicity with us. I mean, not one and two times. In fact, when Gary also come to Liberia, then he had his group called Broadway on the East Street. They would send people for us to find us. Yeah. Broadway Consolidated Place. They would send people for us to find us. New secret. In fact, most of the money we ever got, the big money we ever got in our musical pursuit was from him.
Wow.
Because when that program happened, his mind was set on us to go. The Miss Liberia by then, I forgot her name, 2000, around that time, sorry. Her, Gary also were on the judges table. They cast her, because when we did that particular round, mostly in competition is from the cheers from the audience and the judges, you know, that you make your decision. Bro, I'm telling you, the only person that came closer to us from the cheers of the audience, there's the audience response, was West Coast King. By then they were a dancing group and singing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. West Coast King came like second to us in that kind of uproar for the crowd to celebrate you. But when NSB performed, almost like the roof we lost from this staff. Nice. And the reason we had
electric at that time.
Yeah, we have built our constituency with the people by doing our street jam. So with all the artists that were present, nobody could stand our group. So then that he performed, he didn't even get a clap. It was so disheartening. And I'm saying this on this public medium because there are people in Liberia to attest to it. That when our program was concluded and announcing where in this world, okay, let's say I'm lying now, right? During the program, after the program was concluded, when they're announcing, the people who witnessed the program, businesswomen, Liberian people who were there, they gathered around our table, my crew and I.
Wow.
And they started consoling us. Children are sorry, where the country will not go nowhere. Wow. They console us. And so that he evoked us that he would take a trophy and come laughing because the man was the ambassador. Man. Let's put the politics aside. He was the ambassador. And what even was so, you know, like it took me apart was when Gary also came, he walked to the table, he walked back to the door, he walked to the table. He was so confused, so disappointed. Then he asked me, he said, Can I buy your dicks? He said, how much it cost? I said, whatever. He took out $20 US and more everybody and gave it to us for our day. He said, you guys should have been riding in my car, but as the program is structured, the winner's supposed to ride in my car. So you'll ride in Miss Liberia car. The winner will ride in my car, but after the meeting, please don't leave.
Wow.
Yeah. So the first winner will carry $1,000, the second winner will carry $300, the third winner will carry, I think, $250. So West Coast King came third place instead of second place. NSB King, second place instead of first place. And Sona got that one King number one. He went to represent Liberia in London. I don't know what happened afterwards. But that day when we got through everything, the man sat there and spit his guts out. Yeah. Yeah. And he told us, he said, that same money I give the winner, I'm going to give you guys that money, but I'll go and come back from London. Yeah. We were really disappointed. Really, really disappointed. I did some stuff that time that I'm not proud of even up to today still, because Battle of the Band was something that I saw my group and myself to be undisputed and nothing was going to stop us.
Wow.
So I had passed the entrance for UL that time. My name came up in the newspaper 2008. But I told myself I was going to London. I told myself I was going to London. So the attitude was so up there till when we met that kind of ending, it was so disheartening. But a week passed, Carl also came back, gave us the same $1,000 with when we got fresh. Every time he come in the country, he kept on bringing investors. But what made it sounds like a narrative today was because of the 2010 the global financial crisis. He was one of the biggest investors with AIG.
Okay.
Yeah, that bank from America. So I'm telling you, now this is why I keep on narrating about 2010 when anything happened. When that trip of Artists United against disease filled around July. Then Gary also came somewhere around September. He sent for us, right?
Wow.
Now his plan all the time was, since we were not selected to go to represent Liberia for Shellfest, he spotlighted us because he was one of the officials for the 2012 Olympics that they held in London then. So he was always telling me, man, you're going to London for it. He said, you'll be my guest artist. He brought investors that we met in closed doors meeting like this, bro.
Wow.
But that day, September, I don't know, 11 or 23, I tried to keep that date. The man, he cried in front of us that his investment was going down the drain, and he's so sorry that he will not be able to fulfill his promises to us. In fact, it was the only day that we went to Gary also that we never left from there with a 500 or 300 or 400 because it would, anytime I may see us, he used to keep us, he would call my big brothers. Yeah, he would humble himself to serve us, do anything.
The people actually know the work of what you guys do.
But our own people, we don't see it. So I see the man crying in office, and even to leave from the other day that you couldn't afford to give us transportation. That man was feeling so bad that we could see it. But that is how the whole thing just went down. So 2010, two massive opportunities, and it just eviscerated. Yeah.
I can really understand.
Yeah.
And it takes people with extra zest.
Yeah. So what happened in the end, after that 2010 fiasco, my group, we started managing to maintain, we started going, but the album was already out there. The music is already all around the country. And Liberia had not started breeding what we see today, although it was at the bedrock, right? So we got this contract with Coleman to do a ringback tune for them. We did the ringback tune with, I think, Blue Links. Yeah, Blue Links. That they recorded that song. But then the main actual reason that my crew back out of Liberia Entertainment, musical entertainment, was after we did the ringback tune, it was almost like, but these are the guys, what can we do? So we got an invitation from the big boys. Yeah. And in that meeting, they invited us. I don't want to go around calling names. There were big guys who were in that meeting. Yeah.
Big boys, political big boys, or our other big boys from up there?
From up there, yeah, not in a political sense, from up top. So it was like, guys, man, you guys are the best crew we know already. And I think the reason I'm saying it because it's not how good you are in Liberia, and this is something that it has to change. Because somebody can be what you almost like your original makeup, your manual that God has created you with. Everything is written on that manual. Then you put aside the manual and say, okay, this is what we want to make you to be. Yeah, so they invited us, look at me, you got the best crew in my bro. We see it, the album is there, but we're going to give you everything. The shine, the billboards, the cars, the comfort that comes with this thing you guys are doing. But you got to down with the devil.
You only need to.
You just need
to belong.
To belong.
Wow.
You only need to subscribe. You have to be this, which is not your original self. And my contention was, you can't even pay me for what I have inside of me.
Yeah.
So why exploit me?
Wow.
And that was what marked the end of Liberia's new sea breeze. Just like that, because we knew ourselves and we couldn't afford to lose ourselves because of what petty things, like phone calls or whatever. And I mean, I still maintain that as up to today's day. That's why we don't have all the shine, we don't have all the glamours, all the internet, going viral and all of that. Although I would say a teenager, of course, God is there. I can't settle for less. But that was it. And how many people that met, NSB, what happened? We can hear again. See, I don't know. But it's not because we didn't believe in ourselves. It's not because we didn't cherish what we have. It's not because we didn't love our fans. No. It was because it never made sense in the first place to sell out for what? That's the biggest question. For what exactly?
So, like word again, you are watching a new beginning. And in your homes, you have your little kids who got vision. With you as a parent, you have a vision. Together, it's only you plus your kid plus your nephew, your cousin, your friends. Together can bring that vision to life. It is about time we give support to one another. It really doesn't have to be you. It really doesn't. Today, people will cheer for, people will clap for in the world today. They just didn't make themselves. There were people who supported them. Please join us. Together, let us make like real what we want it to be. Before we transition, my brother, before we transition to the new you, I was listening to Wayne, the new you. And I think I got something down. It was released on the 4th of February. And I played the song more than 10 times. And I was like, why is it this song now? It's now a banger. Why? Because we're in a technology age, and Liberians today are crying for good things. And I can see a song that is filled with our misery. I can see the song that got our reality. I can see the song that is structured lyrically, grammatically, and the flow is kind of crazy. And something you say, when I wake up in the morning, I want to win. When the going gets tougher, I want to win. Nobody wants a loser. I got to win. Too many pains in my brain for all the things I've seen. Mm-hmm. Why this song? Were you going through a lot?
I'm still going through a lot. I mean, the thing is, when I look at my soul journey and everything I've been through, that song came as, it didn't even come as an inspiration in this totality, but I was just pondering on a lot of things, and I told myself, no matter the despite, I will win. I'm going to win. So this day I went to the studio and the guy was, maybe you got to do something. So it just started Elani. Till when I did the song, the beginning came to me and said, you've been practicing this song over and over for a long time. I said, no, it just came. But actually, it was just myself being reflected in that song. Too many things, even like I have narrated, bro. The soul knows itself. Let me put it that way, right? So, if I was in America or anywhere, the same way I feel today, I know I would feel that. Maybe it would just appear better because of the opportunities you have around you. So, sometimes I question myself, but why all this pain? Why all this struggle? Why all these challenges? Why is it that you have to succumb to certain status quo according to the system before you fulfill your dream or before you achieve your goals? And it was just from that background when I wrote that lyric. So it was like too many pains in my brain from all the things I seen. I bled in battles I fought, but still I'm fighting to win. Spent a long time coming, still got a middle mile before me. And for all the love you can show me, I got a larger glow within me. And it's from up above. Wow. It's a higher power.
That's the kindred in you, bro.
Come on. Yeah. Originally Tupac was my inspiration, but it's not, I don't try to mimic. That's why I never named myself Shaku. There were plenty of people, they spelled them on Boa Color Pack and other people who could emanate what they saw in him. But my thing was that part of him that you were using music to change something about where he came from or what struggle. People never really understood Tupac.
Yeah.
Tupac would never beefing B.I.G. or Bad Boys. He will beefing imperialism and people who were suppressing the black people. That's why when you name Marcus Garvey, you name Martin Luther King, you name Malcolm X, the next person you call is Tupac Shakur. And even the Michael Jackson that we hated for change, Michael Jackson never changed his color. Go and listen to his song. He said, it doesn't matter if my baby is black or white. No. He said, they don't care about us. He was talking about black people, but the people, what they are always doing, and I would say this, like all because we see it as a paradigm that is being the real occurrences of that paradigm, right? Now we're talking about P. Diddy. Now I'm not saying it because of the other attachment that they have used to pig him evil. He has his own side of it, right? But you will never see a white man with all the credentials, all the things, all the evil that P. Diddy has done to be ridiculed. No. Only a black man you will see on that pedestal. And that is my thing. So if we can see what we're doing like this, it means that see the trap cool, all the different things that is watering down the black culture. I mean, no matter how music change, hip hop is my thing. I have a song that I recorded, but I lost it, but it's still in studio. I called it The Definition. And in that song, I'm claiming that definition. Hip hop is my definition. I'm the definition of hip hop from underground.
Yeah. When I listen to you, you are truly the definition. But I don't want to be selfish to my audience. I beg you, join me. Let's have a gist of the win. The win, I mean. And the audio mark is on the screen. You can go there on audio mark. Look, if you love good music, follower of church, follower of Bucky Raw, follower of Nuchi Meek, follower of the Twaza Nation, Basi Mokopala, I challenge you. Go and see Adonis. Click on that audio mark. Listen. Come back. If you don't love it, join me with writing and you see me. Look, real hip hop lives in Liberia and Adonis Gblah, no disrespect to all artists. Yeah, he has it. And I believe if you listen to him, you start to pay. I'm not going to pay. I'm going to give you the opportunity to listen.
Adonis, Gblah B, it's been a long time coming, you know. When I wake up in the morning, wanna win. This whole life gave me just to win. So when I go and get stuff, I wanna win. I gotta win, I got to win. When I wake up in the morning, wanna win. I wanna win. In this whole life gave me just to win. And when I go and get stuff, I got to win. Nobody wanna lose, I got to win. I gotta win, 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 I gotta win. I'm a win, I'm a win. I gotta win, I gotta win, got to win. I gotta win, 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 I gotta win. I'm a win, I'm a win. I gotta win, I gotta win, got to win. Too many pains in my brains from all the things I've seen. I bled in bottles of fuck, but still I'm fighting the wing. Been a long time coming, still a million miles before me. And all the love you can show me, got a larger glow within me. It's from up above, it's a higher power. The poppy got me with it, you feel it like a shower. Walking on mountains and breaking through walls. Me and my whole crew, you know we stand tall. My picking you your fodder, you know you can stutter. When the done is on it, you know it's a shutter. You gon' get backed up, you gon' get backed up, you gon' get locked up and you gon' get shot up. I ain't gotta rap this thing, you know I'm just playing. Even if I leave this rap game, you know I'm just saying. Done it, the acting, I'm running. All the thing we doing, but we still need money. I gotta win, 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 I gotta win. I'm a win, I'm a win. I gotta win, I gotta win, got to win. I gotta win, 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 I gotta win. I'm a win, I'm a win. I gotta win, I gotta win, got to win. When I wake up in the morning, wanna win. This whole life gave me just to win. So when I go and get stuff, I wanna win. I gotta win, I got to win. When I wake up in the morning, wanna win. In this whole life gave me just to win. And when I go and get stuff, I got to win. Nobody wanna lose, I got to win.
Gblah beats on the ones and twos.
Adonis.
Welcome back. Again, that's the verse of Adonai. When you listen to him on the other side, you say, man, man. But when you put him on the other side, no, you can't give up on him. But the beauty about him is, from 2008, he hasn't lost his flow. Yeah, he hasn't. And the thing about it, he keeps growing. He keeps growing. He's not chasing trend.
No.
Yeah, and it brings me to stay true. I have this friend called Women to Wear. And, you know, I like mine, so I always keep somebody very close in my corner. And he's the kind of person that is very close to my corner. And even if we are on the drinking party, we don't discuss social issues. We discuss things that are affecting us. And one thing he always told me is, bro, no matter what, you should stay true. The reason why you are the person you are, the reason why people look up to you and respect you one way or the other is because of the definition of yourself you have given them. Yeah. The day you lose it, you lose your true identity. Yeah. And those people you drive along, trust me, they're all going to lose hope in you. They're all going to be the ones to crucify you and you'll be dead perpetually. I want to understand something from you. Stay true. What was he trying to tell us?
Well, Stay True, I wrote that song because admittedly, with all of what you see me do, the movie, my passion, my innate passion is what is happening with black people. My culture, my race, where I come from. And Stay True, because Stay True almost like, I did a song before called Black on Black, right? And Black on Black was speaking to, we see all the things that is happening around the world. And I think Black on Black, I think I wrote it way before George Floyd something. Yeah, well, long before that. Yeah, very, very long before that. But those were moments that spoke to me because as much as we've been suppressed, or black people being suppressed, what are we doing to ourselves in the first place? I told you I'm on my way for interview here. And we got jam up our own body in the country here. It was so embarrassing. I got the footage recorded on my GoPro and released it. But in fact, the narrative I wanted to paint for that George Floyd thing was the same time white men were killing black men and kneeling them on his neck. Right in Liberia here, we were chasing each other somewhere in Cape Mount. I think something happened. I know Nibayans and the people there from some kind of fiasco was going on at that time. Wow. So Stay True is a song that considers the different things that is happening around us as a people. So like the chorus, I say, how can there be love if we don't love each other? How can there be peace when we're always fighting wars? How can there be peace if you're always fighting war? Can you stay true if the whole world living a lie? And that is the stay true there, because the challenges is, you take someone, like, practically in our culture, most of the people that gravitate into leadership are people who have had nothing before.
Yeah.
You understand? So the test of your character is in a position that you were given. Yeah, you have your Christian upbringing. Yeah, you have all the moral teaching. You have sat in conversation and criticized other politicians who were stealing. Now you have been given a chance.
You know that we have many resources.
Yes.
You spoke against.
Yes. But because the whole world is living a lie, it's easy for people to enter in a public space and say, well, let me just flow. Which some of us could have done at this time would be all around the country with own people, but I have to stay true to who I am. How can you stay true when the whole world living a lie? The last question in our chorus is, can there be no corruption if you're fighting for survival? Impossible.
Can there be no corruption when you're fighting for survival?
Yeah. So you want to live the ultimate.
There will always be.
That's the thing. So that's the thing the song try to define. And when you listen to that song, the first verse, admittedly, is speaking to the president then. Of course. So that got lines there. If Ebola could be genocide, who can we convict? If Ebola was a genocide,
wow,
who can we convict? It's a line in the song, yeah.
I think we'll have to come back here to
to stretch the lyrics and discuss them.
Yeah. And another thing that caught me was, how can you treat humor
The
science
equation, yeah. So what I was intentional on speaking to was what was happening in the country with the Ebola crisis. That's what I put in my song. And I've had this group of friends in the States that from all the crises that ever happened in my borough, with the people who don't see it like what we are told. Up to today's day, during the coronavirus time was still running. If you go on my Facebook page, you will see some old videos. There were not too many people doing live video from Liberia during coronavirus time. I was the person who was online all the time. They're abusing the people's minds because they were being sold too many lies.
The people say lies often told turn out to be true.
Often told, yeah.
Yeah, and we live in an ignorant society.
Yeah. I came to that eye opener when I'm sitting there in Yekepa watching DSTV. Then the movie paused and they brought the whole global chat in front of us, showing the rare spot where coronavirus is taking over. I said, but these guys are winning this thing because of publicity. Mm-hmm. What they are telling the people that what people keep buying. So when it came to that, for us, because we did the Ebola crisis happen first, we discovered this doctor that we call Raymond Label. So my guys in the States, and I have one of my mentors here in my bureau, who I tried because since I was almost like a center point, my mentor and this woman, Raymond Label, on the other end, my guys who we've been friends, they call it the 420 correlation. Yeah, we did a project called Liberia Hughes. We brought one of those guys that are making heroines in America now, Dr. Omar Johnson. Yeah, Omar Johnson came to Liberia 2012. We did that project with him. So what was happening and what they were telling the people were not true. In fact, from the connection I built, the link I built with my guys and this doctor who was on my enforcement side, when they got connected, the woman she shipped 25 bottles of that solution. It's called Nano Silver. If you go and check on it, even people who watching us now again, tap in Nano Silver or foundation is called Natural Solution Foundation. Okay. This woman did a video during the Ebola crisis and addressed it to the president of Liberia, of the countries that were affected with Ebola. But up to today's date, maybe it's for this platform that many people hearing about it. And we knew these things at that time. We even had a talk show in America that we were sitting to a place on rehab there and having on a radio talk show live and sharing what was happening down here, the information people were receiving. The Z-Map was something that was programmed to not rebuild your system. Nano Silver was built to enforce your health 3 times than the original. We had a meeting, an indoor meeting that we carried, it was almost like a press conference with Health Ministry. We turned out 6 of our bottles to the Health Ministry. We did all the different everything, and the woman put her career on the line. She said, let Liberia conduct a public trial to a victim using my medication. I'm ready to revoke my lesson if it goes against me. Nobody ever heard about that in Liberia. Yeah, that information was swept and kept on in the world.
Yeah, it's a system.
In fact, they wrote something for us that time that anybody spreading any information contrary to Ebola will be charged with treason. I don't know if you remember that time. Oh yeah, I'm talking about things that is affecting the integral part of our society. These are things we're looking at. And as I did that song, when I said, how can you treat a human being like a science equation? Because the people invented the thing, they brought it to our country, we accepted it, and we minister on citizens in Liberia. So why would you send military people to Liberia? You didn't send doctors. 3,000 US Marine came to Liberia. And we need to weaponize that specimen. Yeah. But there's too much hidden in our forests that, we can unravel. But a lot of things that happen in some of us, because we knew what we were looking at, even if that lyric that I hid in there, nobody can decipher it well enough for you to look at some of these things critically.
And one reason why I really love doing what I'm doing is because I listen to a lot of hip-hop music. And you guys, you are now as useless as our country debates you to be. And those from the diaspora, the America that hip hop started from, they were They are not as useless as the word depict them to be. What I see is a lot of fear. Because you guys are the real freedom fighters. You guys are the real liberators. You are not those ones who wear the coat suit and do those evil. I remember 1992 when Tupac released a song, Brenda Got a Baby. This little child, 14 years old,
teenage pregnancy,
and then the media turned it against her for putting the baby in the trash. So many times we have seen it, like we a newspaper report, they found somebody baby in the dump out. But then we only castigate the person who put the baby there. But we forget
the
that
failed society.
the society was the one that caused that baby to be what it is. Today, there are children looking for food to eat. There are parents looking for food to eat. Today, as we sit here, we are looking for medication. There are people who have those capacity to provide it. The system allows them to sit on it. So having people like you speaking these things, I think all of us together should do more to give you the platform so that we can do that.
And just before we transition, there's something I want to bring to light here. You know, one of the reasons we see our society going the way it going, the rejection, let me put it that way, because when you go out there, you see people liberating at each other's throat. So much anger, so much the hurry lifestyle, which was not the case. This thinking from this unbaked healing or unhealed wound that is in the hearts of Liberian. Now, how can you, quote unquote, our big brothers or our Uncle Sam, our fathers who came down here to do what they did? I will say into a scenario. Imagine this person and you're in one room. Every time that person comes, he juke you, he hurt you, slap you, insult you, and leave. The next day he come, beat you, slap you, juke you, insult you, and leave. The day people decided to come and resolve your crisis, both of you sat in a meeting, and only this person who had been doing the offense to you was compensated, was rehabilitated, and I don't know whether they were other in something that they did to be, reintegrated in the society. This is what happened to Liberia. The freedom fighters, the people who did all the things they did to the society of Liberia, were the ones who became the icons of our society. Those nobodies who were trashed on, some people gave their life for their children, some people died protecting their children. These are the ones that we should have celebrated. These are the stories that's supposed to be told about Liberia there to serve healing onto the generation who never heard our story. But because of the story we've told in this failed DDR process, imagine somebody fought war for 14 years. You rehabilitated them in 5 days. Instead of taking the whole society and put them into this practical rehabilitation program that will visit everything, they just twisted everything. And today what we have is this kind of moral paradigm shift. I call it moral paradigm. Some of the things I wrote in one of my writings, I say the inverted moral shift. I don't know whether it's accurate, but what I'm trying to say is that, for instance, back in the days, if a child go in a community and insults, all the parents will grab that child, and the child will beg you, don't go tell my mom and papa. Today, if one child calls here, let's say that's someone there, no parent hold those children accountable anymore. That's why I call it an inverted moral shift, because it has turned us out there and our moral value where you're supposed to be and not even where it is, so it's inverted. And that is what happened to Liberia. That is why we're so hateful to each other. That is why we are so mean, because there's something that needs to be healed inside of us. I can tell you for a free, bro. Let's rebuild Liberia and build all the beautiful structure and don't work on the people we have.
We'll destroy them again.
Thank you.
I'm having this wonderful conversation with Mr. Adonis Debi Miantuna. And this is one of the best I've had on this platform. His mindset, and coming from the background he's from, a musician. I remember when they started inspiring us who were still in high school, we started going, our uncle there, our woman and our internet will pay our school fees. Say that you want me use
Yeah,
that.
use that.
You won't do nothing for his
But
man.
none of that children, they who in and feeding them with it. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
most of the kids have been successful in it.
But here is it today. Listen to this kind of mind. Imagine if you were using him as a mentor then. What would have happened today? But it's yet not late. Today we are progressing. Please go on Facebook. Follow Adonis Miantona. Go to his YouTube. Follow Adonis Miantona. Go to his audio mark. You see the audio mark on your screen. Follow him. He got so much to offer our country. And these are people we should be supporting. Before we talk a little about your acting career, to take a leave of you, I was like, the guy, what that guy won't do?
I know.
Yeah, a supporting role to one time the face of Africa,
Yeah,
Gregory Frank Atus. Salute, B man. Thank you for what you have done for our country.
Salute to you, sir.
Yeah, you have paved the way, and our own brother there, Austin Kokoli, who also just won an award there as one of the best actors.
Yeah.
We also applaud you.
Yeah,
And
seriously.
that map was laid out by you. Salute, B man. My brother, he became one of Africa's great. How was it like being with him?
Well, for me, it was a milestone. And the first time I even was privileged to add along with him was this movie called Tutumantu, which should have been one of the days, but because it was not available to the people, so a lot of people did not watch it, but it was publicized all over the country. And
I think that.
yeah,
Tutumantu. That land for my team name was there.
yeah, the bishop, how you call him? Bishop Gblah. Yeah, he's part of the political movement for the previous regime.
Okay.
But then, what happened? My experience, like you asked, it was massive for me because because Atus was directing the movie. All right, it was my first time after seeing him all around the world coming to even act along with him. What even made it massive for me, and I'm privileged to share because I celebrate him so much. He chose me to play the lead role in the movie. Yeah, the Tutumantu. But then the group had their own perspective. They wanted this guy, one Chris Howe, to play the lead role, which of course he resulted in playing the lead role. But then when I got on set and Chris got through acting, almost like what Atu's a vision, he was not getting it.
Directors,
The director man, yeah. So the producers had their own stuff to it. What he wanted to do was to put both of us on a pedestal and see what would be the outcome. And definitely, the guy wasn't going to play the role.
Yeah.
So when the guy got through acting, when Chris got through acting, he said, "Get Adonis the costume," and then he go there. Benjamin Franklin, one of our biggest director in the country, salute to you.
Yeah. You see him, brother.
Yeah, he wanted. He said, "Adonis, please don't do this. If you try, you will divide the kingdom because the production house want this guy, and you want Adonis to play this role. So if Adonis win the role, it means that everybody that's approached Chris see Adonis as something else.
Yeah.
So that's how Benjamin Franklin along Atus, they created another role for me to play the best friend to the lead character who was Chris Howard. Yeah, the Gapu character in the story. So I played as Ruben. And the beautiful thing about the role was the three of us were friends, and that is Atus, Gapu, and Ruben, or the character that Atus played in the movie. We all were childhood friends. So when they did that, although they didn't resonate well with me because Atus even called me earlier and gave me my full script. I went on the site. I delayed 4 days because I knew there was some scuffle there. Intentionally, I didn't go after the first 4 days because I never wanted that same thing that I wanted to make. But even with the 4 days, Atus, salute to you, boss. He waited, I think the whole 4 days he didn't shoot. But with the day I got there was the time they opened camera and the guy had only one scene so you could still replace the guy. I'm telling you that story. But then after the Benjamin Franklin settled it, when I said I called, I leave from the camera, I was angry. I'm gonna take my bed and Emilia Cole, she acted in the movie too as Gapu. She said, "Adonis, you better let you, don't tell nothing there, man." And when she said that, I just got out, took the costume, acted as his friend. And the movie was very nice, but one of the things that I was narrating about it was the role that I played along with actors. It was just one scene. But that was my first time experiencing him to add along with him. I told myself, I say, this is my superstar. I will not be looking in your face and lost my character. I will play my role. And that's what I did. And this film came out. In fact, everybody that lay accolade on that film, they all talk about my role in the movie, and it was a wonderful thing. But after that, he even brought me over to the Breaking of the Bush, which I acted as a supporting lead to him, his best friend. And it's a massive thing for me because all the things I've been doing with acting, it had never crossed the globe over or go all around the world for people to talk about this movie. And back then I was doing my TikTok live, so when that movie came up, like I wasn't announcing myself to people who are going platform. Oh, that the guy who acted with actors. Then it was really a big deal, but I'm really grateful for that experience. It's been a milestone. Seriously.
Before Atu started doing some things he's doing lately, there was this saying. He's this kind of guy who goes for ponsporos. He doesn't give people the way to do what they want to do. Your experience with him, how is he?
Atus is a different person from what people say him to be. In fact, if I would just digress a little bit, not really regress because the political crisis had passed. But when that was happening, I told him something. I said, boss, one reason for people not really saying you're working like Gblah because you've been a philanthropist, not a politician. Somebody who will give you money on a cover and say, go help yourself. That is philanthropy. A politician, when they're ready to give you money, will tell camera come and stay.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. That's why people don't really know who he really is.
Okay.
You understand? But if he had, captured that intentional mind to work as a politician, his name was going to be all over the place already. This is a quiet man who believes in what I believe in. Let me put it that way for the first, because I have a daring zest for movie, and we were been given ourselves and everything, because this is a profession that takes you on the road, and having people who will want to see the betterment of that profession, even from the country that we don't support each other. I don't think people should be going around with their own personal way they feel about people, unless you get to know the person.
Yeah.
Atus, one thing people don't know, and let me say for the effect of this, for the sake of this platform, people will get on and say Atus was driven out of Nigeria. Bro, Atus chose to live in Liberia to promote his own industry.
Wow.
To support Liberia. Atus would move from here and go out in Nigeria, 10, 15 movies. The next time he leaves for 100 movies, they've been planning to go out in. Of course. He still have that credibility with the industry there, but because he wants to breathe something from here, and I think he came across that discovery during the Ebola crisis.
Yeah.
The person who was leading, he's doing now, was Dream Debo.
Yeah,
But Dream Debo abandoned his dream in Liberia and went and traveled. It was Dream Debo who gave a lot of these guys, the Joe, the Paul.
He really did.
Yeah, you understand? But I told him one thing he had issue with me. I said, you are not even loyal to your own vision because you left your vision half done and went.
Yeah. Especially the time it started
taking off.
Yeah.
You understand? I mean, no disrespect, you want to travel, right? And I say there with no personal feelings that maybe he would have some different reaction to what I don't care. But the fact is, that vision could have been running because these guys were on salary with Circle, with Orange then.
And they were going
Yeah, thank you.
Something massive.
The Jabatel we know today, the crew, man.
Yeah.
That from all those deals.
Yeah.
And thank God today he was able to secure for himself that he's still with Orange. So these guys were doing a lot. So when I just came to Liberia and saw that, being here is far different from even being a star out there and coming. So he decided to be in Liberia that when you start seeing the Tutumantu, the Breaking of the Bush and what have you. Bro, let's say for instance, you have a Joshua personality in the movie landscape. Bro, if I get 4,000 viewers, I'll look for a country with actors to one movie for me with your face. Because the secret of it is that I own my own franchise.
Yeah.
And that movie will sell from none to all ages. But this is what we have. Thank you. But this is what we have, and we're not taking advantage of it when we see you with the political ad. Someone post made it feel the people going on and saying, your movie get caught from here to like, you joking? Jah people know Chojani when you say football. When you talk about movie and you say Liberia, you don't call artists. No, that's artists. So why can we give the due respect to these people who are the landmark vectors of our society, the pillars of our society? So I don't even, because people don't know it, I don't share in a public conversation. If they were even talking about you, I go and meet them. I say, maybe you don't know him, so I'll go. Because they will confront you and start getting personal. Look at the kind of theatrize you when you want to talk. I mean, that is how Liberian people are. They will always take it to the personal when they don't have information. Yeah.
Wow. Bigness, salute to you and keep doing what you're doing. Before we leave you finally, what are the future plans with everything I've been ongoing with you? With music, with acting, the advocacy and everything. Just sum it all. What should we expect?
Expect that Adonis is not going to let out.
Wow.
I'm going, I'm pushing, I'm praying, I'm trusting, and I'm still moving. That is the kind of daring passion I have for what I do. So with every perspective, in every perspective, I got things that I'm working on already. Not too much to say because usually when you let the cat out of the bed too early, man, who can eat cat?
I love it.
Yeah, so,
I love it.
but I'm still going to be doing what I'm doing. I got a lot coming up. I got my guys there from Tama TV, my boss. Salute to you, Proxy, Kojo, he's the owner of Tama TV,
Okay.
the media, not the how you call it, the proprietor, but he's the manager and owner for Tama TV, and we got a list of projects that we're working on. And from that side of me being a writer, most of the scripts from that side is what I do. I would just, do what I can do. And before that, I started writing script. No nonsense. Even before I started acting. Funny thing about me is I came out as a science student. I used to be afraid of writing. So I never used to perform well in the long writing courses.
Okay.
But when I got to know myself and knew who I actually was, I transitioned by the snap of a finger. I would never take a test if you knew before me. So my whole life turned out of arts instead of science.
You discovered yourself.
Yeah. So I do a lot of writings. I got my novels. I got different things I'm working on. I got scripts. I got a vision. Because there's in my time I got employed and went to the teaching cycle, and I was teaching public speaking at Semi Gblah school.
Okay.
So I wrote a whole vision and I had to do something with it, But the thing is, most of the time when you don't define what you want to do, most especially as it comes to investment, it will not be really easy to start.
Yeah.
In spite of having money, if you line it up perfectly where to start and how to start, you can even start without money. I think that is where entrepreneurship comes in, that people who can advise you what to do with this to put you in the right place. So a lot of things I'm working on, as I have a lot of potential, because one of my scriptures that I've got close to my heart is, to him much is given, much is expected. And the reason I feel that way, why should I be a good rapper? Why should I be a good actor? Or why do I sound the way I sound? It's because God has given that. And I don't see myself to be one confused person who want to do everything. No. I see myself as a person who is definite to see what God has imbued on the inside of me. And whatever it is, I still got more in store. I still got more coming. Seriously. But for my closing, I'd like to send this as a big request to the whole of Liberia. Go and see Redemption, Master Duke's movie, Friday on the GSA roll. This is a milestone for Liberia. It was my technical team that worked alone to do the production, the proxy media.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the same team that even worked for artists with the Inside the Bush project.
Okay.
So this movie is massive. The flyers is all running around Facebook. And I'm using this as my parting statement of my closing, because if we don't support one another, it would never work for us. I'm a victim of what I'm saying, and even with that, it doesn't create any bitterness in me or any odd feeling to say, yeah, because people not support me, I'm not supporting. So I'm continuing to be given to the industry. I'm continuing to do what I do and be passionate in doing it and don't waver for any reason. So I really want to say thank you. This is more than anything I can ask for from Liberia, to have an opportunity to share our vision or idea, or even myself like this. Thank you so much, my brother.
You're welcome, my brother.
I don't know if it's me in front of the TV to shake your head. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, seriously.
So again, thank you for staying with us. You are watching A New Beginning live here on Gblah TV, and I'm your host, Houstin Gblah. And not to go, Redemption is a Clarence Nixon theme, and it was written by a stand-up comedian, a radio personality, Dr. Duke Murphy Dennis. Trust me, Friday is going to be great.
Yeah.
We hope to see you there. Liberia belongs to us.
Yeah.
And like Jay Boy said, whether you young or you old, Liberia, all of us showed up. Now only us can carry it. So we see you there on Friday. Let us support Liberia so that, like our president said, think, love, and build. It is for all of us. Thank you for staying with us, and we'll see you our next time. Have a God bless day.